Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, ladies. It's just wonderful to hear that report and the update. It seems like it's been a long year, but it's been a good year. Sometimes we've been very hard on you, and we've been complimentary, I think, when you deserve it. But I want to say that I want to ask a couple of questions about a few things. You talked about home visits and using some federal funds where you can to make a few changes. One of the things that we were allowed to do over the past year, some funds were used with faith-based programs with the judiciary reform, some of it that we did this year. I would like for you to make some comments. I'm going to give you a few questions and let you answer them because some of them kind of work together with the report you gave. So are there any programs where you work with nonprofits and or faith-based programs? I know that there are some foster programs where there are faith-based connections. I know that, so I'm going to ask you to elaborate on that just a little bit with your new programs that you're doing. And then one of the first initial visits, when there's an initial visit, I'd like for you to tell us what has changed on initial visits, because I think part of the problem was that with our caseworkers, on an initial visit, they were so overloaded that they might do the initial visit and then there's a follow-up is so far down the road, maybe they've forgotten, was it a critical situation? Was it not? Did they have to go to an emergency? How bad was it? Was the caseworker so afraid to, everything's fine, but because they think they have to, just in case something goes wrong. There's a lot of talk about that in the early months of our investigations or hearings, that it seemed to me that they would find true findings when there wasn't a true finding. Sometimes they take the children when maybe they shouldn't. Was there a change where maybe they could have enabled the caseworker to go ahead and give them the authority to sign off on that right then and allow that caseworker to make the decision to clear that parent and those children, that family immediately, and go ahead and end that case so it's not sitting on their desk and then worrying about it for a long period of time? That was one of the issues, and that, empowering that caseworker, training them so that they have an authority to end that case if it's not really a true finding, get it over with and get it off their desk. I talked a little bit about that, and I think there was one other question that I wanted to, for right now, bless your heart, I'm sorry. I'll let you talk, and then I'll give you a break.